And in this video, we're going to be focusing on Amado's story. Not really a story, but like the problem I have with Amado. Let's put it that way. The problem I have with this. Because right now, the way this is being framed, right? Amado tried to bring back his daughter, right? She basically suffered from the Itachi illness, right? She got ninja AIDS or whatever, uncurable disease, just died, right? Died in her 20s or whatever. He basically abandoned searching for a cure, right? He was like, oh, this is the same shit Itachi got? Word. I'm just gonna say screw the ethics. I'm gonna build her a new body, and I'll transfer her mind into this new clone vessel, which will be a healthy shell, right? We basically can just rebuild her from scratch and just toss her consciousness and her soul back into this new vessel, right? Now, despite being able to perfect everything, right? Like he completely digitized and extracted her brain. He perfectly uploaded her complete memory into this clone. He basically finessed it where it had her voice, looked exactly like her, had her complete memories and everything. But no matter what he did, he ran into the same problem. He couldn't replicate her personality, like she was, or her humanity, right? She was a completely different entity. Like she looked like her, sounded like her, could remember moments they shared together, but it wasn't her, right? It was some other girl, right? So all these clones of Akebi, right, were never like the last one, right? Even though he says he made numerous versions of her trying to perfect this, right? And each time there was a new personality, and then he found that it was impossible to recreate any of the old personalities. So taking someone who existed in the past, right, taking someone's soul who existed prior, right, and bringing it back or recreating it seemed impossible, right? He was like, it seems that a person is much more than just the accumulation of all their memories and brain activity and their DNA and all that. Like, doesn't matter, right? That's why Kashin Koji isn't Jiraiya. Even though he's like, I have memories of Konoha, he's not Jiraiya, right? Same way with Delta. Delta is Akebi Sanzu, but she's Delta of the Hidden Leaf now because of how many times Amado's just reprogrammed it, right? It's Akebi's body, Akebi's mind, kind of, but it's not her, okay? So Delta is out here basically been reprogrammed God knows how many times, been recreated God knows how many times, and now she serves the Leaf Village, okay? Here's my problem. It's where Amado says he found the domain of the gods, right? This boundary, being able to replicate someone's personality, seems to be impossible with science, right? The boundary of the gods, or the domain of the gods, right? Here's my thing, though, right? We've seen somebody literally, well, I guess we have multiple characters who possess the ability to literally reach into the afterlife, grab somebody's soul, and then lock them in a vessel, right? We literally know this, all right? The second Hokage created this technique. One of the third Hokage's students stole it, perfected it, and then his student perfected it even more, right? So, like, Edo Tensei literally is a ninja art that crosses this divine boundary that Amado speculates is only achievable with Shinjutsu. Now, I've already done the Shinjutsu explained video. You guys can go check that one out. And I did the whole Boruto chapter 75 breakdown. You guys can check that one out too. But like, Orochimaru crosses this boundary like it's nothing, bro. He literally went into the Grim Reaper, cut open its belly, forced souls out of it, and then took those souls, shoved them into some white Zetsu, and brought back all the Hokage, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, Orochimaru's over here, like, say, fuck that boundary, bro. Fuck that domain of the gods, bro. That is my bitch, okay? That little thing you can't do, I can do that all day, bro. I've literally ripped open the belly of the Grim Reaper itself. So, like, when I see Amado say, like, he needed Otsutsuki Shibai's abilities, or he needed Ishiki's help and everything in order to achieve his goal, right? He needed Shinjutsu, right? So that way he could bring back his daughter. He really doesn't. He really doesn't. Because he has endless supplies of her body, bro. He's literally, like, his plan is, I've implanted Akebi's data into Kawaki, so that way if he tries to, if he wants to, right, if he tries to, he could bestow a karma seal onto a prepared vessel Amado creates, and it would contain Akebi's data, and then it would eventually transform that clone into Akebi, right? Here's my whole thing, bro. That doesn't make any sense, because for one, it's super fishy. Amado has installed data into Kawaki, allowing him to bestow a karma seal to bring back somebody else, right? The data aggregate or whatever that we heard him talk about way back then, all right? So if his thing is, I'll use Kawaki to give a karma seal of Akebi, right? It's not going to revive Kawaki or Ishiki or anybody, right? Well, it's nothing fishy happening there. No, he's got the data aggregate to bring back Akebi, right? And then he's just going to sacrifice some clone version of Delta to come back in the same form with just Akebi's mind, right? Okay, sure. Or it's a ploy, right? He wants to, use Kawaki to bring back someone else. Someone like Ishiki or Shibai or anybody. We don't know, right? Because we still have the missing Otsutsukis, right? We learned of a new one. We have Shibai Otsutsuki. We don't know if his panel was one of the damaged ones, but there's still at least one more. So there's a bunch of crazy stuff going on right now. But the reason why that's so fishy is because Amado's over here like, yeah, I've reached the pinnacle of what humanity can accomplish, right? Humans, right, ninja, the second Hokage literally was like, I'm going to grab souls out of the afterlife and then send them out into combat to be suicide bombers. That's why he has that tandem paper bomb technique. So, like, playing with that boundary of, like, I can't grab somebody's personality and, like, recapture it, right, via cloning, right? That's just the limits of science, bro. This is why Naruto says the culmination, or the coming together of, scientific ninja research and ninjutsu would be like the craziest thing to ever happen, because if Amado got together with Orochimaru, he'd probably already have Akebi right now, right? So there's definitely something else going down, right? Now I'm also wondering, right, because, I'm basically approached the problem like we know Amado's problem is he can't recreate her personality, and that doing so would be crossing the boundary of the gods. That either means Orochimaru is godlike, right? Like he has crossed that boundary. He is basically a god, or Amado is just not as creative, or he's not as open to everything that we thought he was, right? In many ways, in chapter 75, with all this revelations and stuff, Amado's received some nerfs, right? Because he didn't create these powers from scratch, right? They were transplanted, right? This is something Orochimaru would have been capable of doing. Now I'm wondering if Orochimaru could have even yielded greater results by transplanting Shibai's, like, body parts. He's like, let me take Shibai Otsutsuki's stuff, transplant it into this person. Let's throw in some Hashirama cells, some Sharingan, some of my DNA. Like, you know how crazy Orochimaru could have gotten with Shibai Otsutsuki? It's insane right now. So Amado out here saying, like, I can't cross this boundary. Go see our boy, bro. Orochimaru out here, like, I can bring her soul to you right now. Like, literally, I can pull her soul from the afterlife and be like, do something with this, my dude. But hey, whatever. Shinjutsu is the only way to bring back someone from the dead or whatever. Someone who once existed, right? Bullshit. But hey, let me know what you guys are thinking. Do you think Orochimaru, if he was in Amado's position, right? If Jigen had approached Orochimaru instead of Amado, that Jigen, Kara, everybody would have been stronger, better off? Or do you think Amado's futuristic technology, this nano mesh and everything, is the game changer and it keeps him above Orochimaru as the mad scientist, right? Because right now, the way I'm viewing things, bro, it's up for debate. There's arguments to be made that Orochimaru is still the best scientist in all of Naruto, despite Amado's achievements, because all he did was a simple transplant. Give Orochimaru the same resources, have them create the most powerful thing they can create, and I'm wondering who's on top. But hey, Boruto chapter 75 did end with a glimpse of the future. We see Mitsuki facing off against Kawaki, or at least that's the way it's framed to be, so we might actually get that fight. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section below. It's kind of fun, bro. That's my problem with Amado right now. He says he's at the domain of the gods, or he's reached a boundary humanity can't cross, but Orochimaru has fucked that boundary. He's made it his bitch. So let me know. Leave a like, subscribe, peace.